Well, here I am at 8:23 outside the Swan in, where am I? Heading on the Wall. Just waiting for my Uber to take me up to Chollerford. It's about a 25-minute ride, so I'll be walking by 9.
Good morning. We are on day 4. Last night I was broken over the bridge. Last night I was broken, but we had a good meal, 2 doubles, archers, and trainers on. Took my walking boots off because they are bloody killer, they are, and they're still wet. I was trying to dry them with a hairdryer and they stunk. So t-shirt on and pack a Mac, and I'll be back later because I can't talk right now.
That's my taxi driver just dropping me off at Chollerford again. I've been here about 3 or 4 times now. Quite funny. I was hoping the cafe was going to be open, but might have to walk up the road first. Right, let's get my gear all sorted out. Right, well that was the first hill out of Chollerford. Just been speaking to a guy who's been camping all the way over. He started last Sunday, so he's got 2 days. So the end of today, he really needs to pitch his tent, because I don't suppose down by the Tyne you'll be able to do it at all. But there we go, on we go.
Right then, as Matty would say, we're on the way. We're on the way. But I'm going to pass you over to do the technical bit, because I don't know where we are, I don't know what we're doing.
Just left Chollerford, on the way to heading in the Wall, 15 miles away. That's the minimum today.
But we'll try and do
pretty
more
good.
if we can.
We might push down a bit more, so it's less to do tomorrow, so we can head to the pub earlier. That's the plan.
You can see where his mind's at constantly.
That's the plan.
A la pub.
Wow, yeah. Cut drinking down last night and had 5 pints.
Alright, finally off the main road. 1 walker behind me, 4 in front. Can't complain, nice and quiet. Right, so just met some people from Warwick. They're doing it over, they've been walking for 6 days, so they've got 2 days to do. And this is a nice hill into about mile 2, I think. Quite nice, just off the road in a wood. And I'm looking forward to the first coffee house, of course. Here is Plane Trees. Sort my camera. Claims that this is 27 miles from Wall's End. So probably right, 15 today, 15 on my last day. Bit of plumbing down there, look. Camera won't play today, but.
Right then, we are at Plane Trees, and another bit of wall.
Whoa!
It goes for miles, you don't see anything, and there's a bit, and there's not, and there is. So it's beautiful. Stopped raining for a few minutes. Coat on, coat off. Waterproof's on, waterproof's off. Yeah, well, don't worry about that right now. I'm thinking cake already. I need some sugar.
Right, we just crossed the road and off on another little bimbly path. It's all still very dry now. No rain like last time I was there. So it's cool, nice cool day. I think it was 17 degrees coming up on the bike. But it's past 9 o'clock now, it's not getting much hotter, so probably perfect walking conditions really. Right, popping out on the road again. It's funny, there's signs everywhere, but plenty of people tackling the wall today, especially when it's not too hot and moving quite quick as well. So if I get to lunchtime I can have a little sleep or something. Portgate 3 miles. Some more people that have been camping. I think they did Bowness to Carlisle, parked there, got a taxi to to Bowness, walked back to Carlisle, so they were there 2 nights. Then they've been camping on the wall, and then they got a hotel in Newcastle for the last bit, which, yeah, another nice way of doing it really. But the nice thing about coming up fresh is that I'm bouncing along, and all these people that have been on it for a few days, you can tell the weariness, but fair play to them, they're still here. Well, if I'm not mistaken, that's an ROC post, Nuclear War Observation Centre, that they used to have in the 80s, and they sold them all off. There's no sign for it. Sometimes people buy them and turn them into museums and that, but you don't see much of the wall now because it's generally a bit of a turf wall. I know there's a bit of wall when you get into the first bit of Newcastle. It's in the middle of the road, which is quite interesting. But here's the turf bank. You see to my right there's a ditch, and then up there we're actually heading up onto the turf wall.
Here I am in my changing room. I'm having to change my t-shirt, my coat. Oh my god, I am frozen. Absolutely frozen. I have my security guard.
Hello.
So there's not much video yet because it's just too wet to keep getting the camera out.
Right, just crossing the road again. Portgate 1 3/4. So nice little countdown markers. Oh, plenty of happy people on the trail today. This bit's going up, but I got the feeling we're kind of at the top. I feel like we are anyway. We're going down and towards Heading, I think. Quite a nice path just off the road again. Some of these paths head off miles into the woods and bring you back earlier on in the trail, but here they're right next to the road, which is really quite good. That was a cheeky little bit. You come down next to the road and you see a gate over there and you think, oh, do I go out on the road again? But actually you come down here, but there's no sign till you get down here, so it's one of those you can miss very easy. Luckily enough, I just looked at the map about 2 minutes before, so I know I'm kind of going in the right direction, but now we're on nice grass and a meadow, so lovely. This is the sort of walking I love. This is so nice on the feet, slightly downhill, so you're not hurting your glutes or your hammies or anything like that. Just behind this fence is the ditch. I'll take you over and show you, which is Hadrian's Wall, or what's left of it. There it is, all the way down there, look, with the gorse on. And making great progress. Interesting thing about having days off and not doing it every day, you don't seem to walk so slow and hurt so bad. But yeah, perfect. Coffee and flapjack at the Errington Coffee House. Just had probably about 15 minutes there. I don't want to get too cold, to be honest, but yeah, it's very nice. Perfect, in fact. And now it says Heading on the wall on that sign over there on the road, 9 miles. So yep, we're about a third of the way there by 11 o'clock. It's not bad. Could be done by 3. I reckon 3:45 will be done. This is an interesting bit of the wall in the field over there. Different levels of, mud and a ditch. So obviously that was the wall. Just walked over that bit there and it was quite treacherous. Like landslips and all sorts over there, but this is definitely part of the wall, you can see it. Yeah. Right, we're out on the road now. I have a feeling it's somewhere here that I met the guys when they were walking it in June in the rain, and I just remember pulling over somewhere here and meeting them, and Everything was soaking, feet, clothes. Oh, torrential. But here we are, we're back again, different day. I think that's what makes it so brilliant, really. They raise that money, but they really work for it that week. For me today, it's quite pleasant, I'll be honest. Coffee houses and not too hot, and quite a variation in the walk as well. The intrepid explorers are soaking wet.
Changed by the side of the road.
All dried out. That's why you need tracking with Garmin.
Mine just covering me up so no one crashed the car.
More quiet roads of grass on England's green and pleasant lands. Not sure there's much more of the wall to see down here, I know. I don't know how many miles I've done now, but climbing over those things, your legs are just not having it. But we're veering off the road now and going cutting across. I'm not sure where this brings you out. This is one of the bizarre things about walking the wall that I'm not really that keen on. The wall obviously follows the road, and most of the time you're next to it, but every now and again it sends you inland around a massive wood, and like this one was around a big farmyard, just to take you off their entranceway or from the front of their house. I don't you know, you've done another half a mile for nothing. You know, it's just part of the walk, I suppose, but when you're doing so many miles, those things start to add up and are not beneficial. But anyway, moan over. Well, here I am. I'm at Valham now. Seems to have loads of business units, little coffee shop. Don't really do sandwiches, I should have bought one. Yeah, just have a latte here for half an hour. I'm about 5 miles away from the end, so not too bad. I stopped here for a coffee. Valham. It's like a load of businesses, and I don't know whether it's got like a posh restaurant upstairs or not. It did look nice. Oh yeah, Restaurant Pine it's called. It's just there. And right, where do we go from here? I think I'd better go. Ooh. Do I want to walk all the way back up there to go down, knowing that at some point I've got to come back up? No, I think I better walk back that way. So I think for the first time we're walking in the Roman ditch. Feels like you're in like a little train sort of cutting, if you like. I just hope that it don't pop up on the road in a minute, because I've just wasted a quarter of a mile walking back to the gate. But yeah, it popped out on the road, so just added a 2/4 of a mile jogs. So this is the Robin Hood pub. I suppose we'll be joining on again after all these buildings. Right, we've come to the reservoir. 11 miles. This is a place to sit and have your lunch, I suppose. I didn't want to stop because that's where they're stopping. I've been speaking to them all day on and off, so I don't want to be cheeky and grab lunch with them, but I might stop up here a little bit. When you're in a car, you don't realise how much this goes up and down. Steep climb here. Not sure how far. Oh, nice bit of downhill now. 2 1/4 to Rudchester. Got no idea where that is, but we're going downhill. Nice bit of grass to walk on too. Nice views. And still not too sunny. No need for factor 50 today at all. Just climbed up there. Got a bit of a steep climb. Up these stairs across the road. And it's still 1 1/2 to Rudchester. How near to Headon that is, I'm not quite sure yet. I'll have a look at the mileage in a minute. Well, there's somebody that loves the lawn there. That's the biggest, poshest cut lawn I've ever seen. No horses or sheep on there. One of these where we're walking around the farm now, so I could have gone up the main road, but I'm not really in the mood for walking around the farms now. But you get near the end, it's not something you want to do. We'll see. Yeah, this is a nasty little bit. I'll show you on the map, but it was like, I don't know, it looks like 200 yards if you walk up the road. But the path goes right around these big properties instead of through them. So, and now to climb out, you've got a 200 metre climb out. It's just not what you want at the end of the day. Right, in the distance, you probably can't see on camera, but I can just make out the A69, which up here I'm going to merge with. Sign there says, "Welcome to Vindabala." And we're directly under the flight path for Newcastle Airport. Right. Oh, bit of sunshine to finish us off. I don't mind that. It's been perfect weather for walking, but a little bit of sunshine at the end is no bad thing. It's still recorded. A69. Oh, Matt, look where I am. When you and Anna were sitting out the front here, remember? In the rain. Remember this? Oh my word. I might pop up for a drink in a minute when I got my bike back, but you were sitting in there, remember? Oh my word. Brilliant. My bike's parked over here, so I've got another half a mile, but absolutely brilliant. Here I am, heading on the wall. Just one more section to do, and then I can cry like you two did. At the pub where I set off from this morning, got that taxi from. Well, I feel surprisingly good for 16 miles, probably because it was easier walking. Smack on 3 o'clock. Wow, 6 hours. Brilliant. There she is. My legs are tired now. Do we sit down on her?